Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cologne Podcast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Ryan.
We're just making an announcement, honestly, before this
really?
episode.
I'm bringing the heat. You're just like, he's an idiot. But friends of the podcast were able to partake and participate with us live. They all brought their own decants or full bottles. Some had them factory stilled from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Ready to smell them live with us, and then came in and gave their own uneducated opinion, which I must say, Jonathan was a lot more educated than us.
Yeah, I feel like all of our listeners are, honestly.
Yeah, they really were. So sit back, relax, and enjoy
about 50 minutes.
Ooh, nice.
Of our Terre d'Hermes Pure Perfume, the Parfum Edition by Hermes.
Play the recording, Todd. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first live version. No mistakes happening going forward.
Yeah, perfectly done every time. I'm Mike.
I'm Ryan.
We're two best friends. We're doing live smelling of fragrances for you and giving you uneducated opinions.
Yeah, today we're actually going to be smelling this Terre d'Hermes. You all know about it. You've been waiting patiently. Some of you got some decants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to open it up. We're going to smell it. And like I kind of went over just a little bit ago, we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to go to a website here. I'll share the screen, and we're going to keep up with everybody that comes into the chat. We're going to add you to this little spinny wheel. We're going to put your name on there. And at the end of this episode, after our skip it, sample it, buy it section, we're going to hit the button, and one of you is going to get this goddamn free fragrance.
That's right. So be sure to just add some sort of comment so we know that you're there. That way it makes it easier for us to put all the names in. We don't want to miss you because you don't want to miss this.
No, sir.
And also, if you've joined the Friends with Merch, you'll be getting this very soon. Doug, I feel like you're the first one that's going to get it, and I think you'll enjoy it because we've been oogling and ogling over it. I'm very excited. So
I see everybody's happy. There's a bunch of whoots. There's muscles. We're good. All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
There we go.
Okay. Let's get into this thing, man.
Yeah. I think we normally start off with a Fragrantica review, which we prepared. So Ryan, hit us with that. This comes from SS3, who says, "This is my one and only negative review in this forum. This garbage of a mixture is poorly crafted, super citrus, and smells like alcohol and water. I want to shower as soon as possible to get this stinky, lemony, zesty trash smell off myself. 2 out of 10. I wish I had burned my money instead of buying this."
Good God.
So it sounds like we're in for a real treat.
Yeah, but as usual, before we get into the scent of the day, we've got to go and get a one-night stand review.
Oh, yeah.
Of rhubarb and custard.
29 to 1.
No, 4160 Tuesday.
I thought it was like a 29 to 1.
Oh, yeah.
Ratio.
I don't know that part. I don't know that part. I didn't keep up with it.
Either way, I'm going to hit the music, bud. Here we go.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Mike, after laying in bed all night with this rhubarb and custard, which started off really interesting, we didn't understand really what rhubarb, or at least I didn't. I didn't understand what rhubarb was.
Cynthia said it was like a red celery looking thing.
That makes sense. It did so, I guess, vegetable-y. I don't know.
Yeah, that bitterness, we kind of smelled it with Elysium, Eau Intense, and then it comes in strong with this fragrance, which was a little harsh at the beginning, but as it kind of balanced its way out with the, I guess, the vanilla sort of custard vibe, I did like it more as the dry down went. I rather enjoyed it. So
me, not so much.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know what it was. The opening was great. It was interesting. I was jiving it. But when I left here, when I left the studio, I was going home. There was just something about whatever it was doing gave me a fucking massive headache. And I could not get it off me soon enough. And I just feel like I could never wash it away.
Yeah, we started in different places. I didn't like it at first. You did like it at first. And then we kind of swapped. And you had a hard time with it, which is not surprising because that's the typical story for you with gourmand type fragrance.
Does it count as a gourmand, I guess?
I feel like it does. You could eat everything that's mentioned. But it was good. But to me, it's for the ladies. If you guys want something with a little bit of surprise at the beginning, dries down into a simple vanilla type vibe, it's worth a sample. But to me,
yeah. It's a hard skip now for me. I wouldn't even recommend it as a sample if you kind of get headaches from stuff like that. I don't know what's in gourmands that does it for me, but it does, and I can't stand it. So I'm skipping.
There you go.
Okay.
I think, we keep that short and sweet because we need to get in here. We're going to have to unwrap this bad boy. We've got to bring in Jonathan and Doug.
Yeah, I was going to ask, Jonathan, Doug, we can see you. Have you two guys got a decant to this, or are you wanting to smell it live with us here?
Jonathan's got one. What about you, Doug?
He's got two. Okay, I'm going to bring some people in. We got Tundra Flower as well.
Oh,
hello.
yes. Okay, nice.
Do you have a decant as well?
I think she had bought a full bottle maybe because she was saying she kept waiting to open it. She was waiting on us.
Okay, well, I'm going to start introducing. I'm just going to go one by one here. I'm going to let you come on, introduce yourself, and then we'll just we'll hang out.
Yeah, so let's get into our scent of the day, Ryan.
Okay, Jonathan, you bleep, you're coming in, buddy. What's going on,
guys?
Hey, man.
It's cool to put a face to the name. Thanks for the stuff that you've done for us. We've appreciated it. Glad you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I was on the phone earlier actually talking to someone saying, yeah, I mean, we got these discontinued Tom Fords we got to dig into. I'm like chomping at the bit to try these.
Oh, yeah, I just took the tape off my decant. It's been sitting in the cabinet forever. So
Nice.
I still have not smelled this.
Man, thank you for keeping it together and holding it down for that long. We seriously appreciate you being patient.
Yeah, because when were we supposed to do this?
God,
January, February,
I
something
want to
like
say
that?
it was close. It was around February, wasn't it?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was a few rough months. You guys really did well by us, and we appreciate that.
And I'm going to go ahead. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to put you over here to the side. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Doug. Doug, thank you for coming to the show. What's going on?
Not much. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Man,
How you
good
doing?
to see you.
Doing well.
Man, well, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for being a patron for this long and like being very helpful to us. You've been really close contact with us a lot. It's good to have you coming here.
You hooked us up with a big steaming bowl of mango and rice. We loved that. That was a good time.
And then last person I'm going to come bring in on here. You don't have to talk if you want to, because I just saw they kind of got rid of their image here. No harm in that. But we're going to bring in Tundra Flower. You come in when you want. We trust you. All right. We're going to get into smelling this. Let's open it. You go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, go ahead and open
There we
it.
go. This puts me on the spot.
It does.
I'm a little weak because I did arm day earlier, I was trying to impress everybody. Want to have a nice pump.
He's sadly not joking because he had a wardrobe question. Should he cover his arms or not?
Right. There you go.
So a little
Okay.
backstory before we jump straight up into it.
Oh, hey, okay.
That's
Look at
actually
that.
sharp. Okay. I've actually been wanting to smell this for about 3 years now.
Oh, there's something special to this atomizer, too.
What's up? What?
You push it down to spray.
That is weird. Okay. Well, you start first. You go first, man.
Okay, here we go. You guys know the routine here. We're going on the skin. We go on the card. There you go. Be sure to show our friends as well. Woo! Yeah, I'm getting that like alcohol type vibe immediately.
Wow.
But I did just like put 5 mil on my skin, so
I'm trying to digest this in my brain here. It smells really good. It's not what I was expecting, though. It's not.
What were you expecting, by the way?
I don't know why, but like in my head, like uber citrus, like something like the opening of like Cedric Boise, but maybe a little bit more lemony or something. I don't know. I was kind of thinking that vibe, but this, I don't know how to describe that.
Oh, Tundra's got some scenery out there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's snow.
Snow.
Snow and fake flowers because I can't get them to grow yet.
What are you guys getting while we're dumbfounded here? Give us a take.
We'll kind of go down the line here. I'm going to go Jonathan first, and while he's talking, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody else so it doesn't like mess with it. But I'm going to go with you first, Jonathan.
Yeah, actually, said of the day, I wore the EDT of this, and it's this. The Parfum would say it's very, very similar. It's got that kind of dirty, earthy orange to it.
Yeah,
it's a lot more deeper. It feels like than the EDT. It basically just seems like a more intense version so far. It seems a lot better on skin though than paper to me. I can smell a lot more on the skin.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I did kind of cheat on this a little bit because I think I told you guys in Milan, Tony Fragdicted wore the EDT like you, and it was amazing. And he wore it during the day. We had warmer days and cooler nights, and it was like the perfect fragrance for the day. And this is just kind of like the gas pedal pushed down a little bit more, I feel like.
Well, I'm going to have to agree actually with Jonathan. It definitely does smell like that earthy, dirty orange.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that now, as I'm easily persuaded apparently, but I really do feel that.
I feel like don't people call it like the dirty orange or something like that? I feel like that's kind of like a nickname that floats around out there.
God, that is really sharp though. I love this. That's fucking great. So, Mr. Doug, your take as well. What do you think?
I definitely get the dirty orange.
Yeah.
And I even get like a little spice. And maybe like a hint of, is it vetiver?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
for
with
sure
you
on that.
But it's good. Really good.
Really good. Now, have you smelled Terre de Mes before or like the EDT or this?
Been a good long while. So I'd kind of forgotten what it was like.
That is badass. It has got a vintage kind of thing to me. So I'm obviously probably going to be a little impartial to it at first, unless it does something crazy.
Yeah, this is right in Ryan's wheelhouse because we go on walks in the morning sometimes, and you're wearing Guerlain Vetiver like every other day.
A lot, yes. It's one of my favorite fragrances. Oh, man. That is pretty good. Okay, Miss Tundra, what do you think?
Well, at first I thought there was like a kind of like an after-shaving mint thing going on, and it reminded me of something like from the 70s.
Yeah?
Which is kind of cool. And then it dissipated right away. And now it's like kind of like mossy, like you were saying, but not oak moss, but kind of like good, leafy, fresh dirt or something.
Yeah? I'm with you.
And I got that orange thing right away and the citrus thing right away, which is cool. And then I really rubbed it in and started doing something.
Heating it up.
Even in the fresh air.
Well, we do actually have, you guys know we're not note hounds by any means, but we do actually have the notes of this fragrance. And it had an interesting one because the middle notes of this is flint.
Yeah, that's weird. I was like wondering, what is flint? Or what does it describe it as? And Fragrantica has it listed as like a natural and synthetic popular.
Popular and weird is what it says.
That's it. That's all they got for it. So that's kind of strange.
Yeah, which I'm not sure if you guys interact with that, but we definitely find flint rocks that have been used to make tools, especially like in native cultures and stuff like that around here. We have a pass that kind of runs through Texas, especially East Texas and like the marshlands and stuff like that, where you can find tons of native artifacts and you find tons of these little knives and arrowheads and all different kinds of stuff. And I want to say it's made out of that particular type of rock.
It is weird. It's starting to do something funky on my hand, though, that I'm not liking.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of sweat. I don't know, like sweaty, like you've been like, I don't know, mowing lawns or something all day.
I don't get like orange. I just get like that kind of peppery zest of the orange. And I kind of like that. I like that this isn't super sweet.
Yeah, I get that on the tester strip. My hand, like I said, my hand's changing. I don't know what I think about it right now, but it's a little something. You mind if I read some of the comments so I don't feel like I'm neglecting these people over
give
here?
Give our nose a break real quick.
First of all, John said that you were looking swole.
Oh, thanks, my man.
Please do not encourage this,
it's
man.
The creatine, baby.
And Cynthia, kind of going back, she said that she loved Gourmands. I'm talking about the rhubarb one, and but she said she hated that fragrance. And she's the one, actually. So thanks, Cynthia. She's the one who actually sent us a huge bag of goddamn everything on the planet that I don't know how we're going to get through it.
Yeah, we counted them. There was 987 fragrances.
It feels,
not really, but
feels like
it
that.
feels like that. Yeah.
I like what I'm smelling on the tester strip. I do definitely get, now that I'm smelling more with you, what you said, I get the peppery zest of the orange, and it does smell pretty good on test strip. I'm not feeling the freaking skin, though.
I'm the opposite. Kind of digging on the skin.
I'm loving the skin.
Okay, there we go. See, you're wrong.
I did
You're
check
wrong,
Parfumo because I don't trust Fragrantica half the time. And it does say, and on the Terre de Mer's website, it says this has shiso in it, which is a minty kind of plant with hints of cinnamon, cloves, and mint. So that's probably what Tundra was getting off of that.
100%. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I catch that a little too.
Yeah, you guys with those sophisticated noses out there. I like it.
I just looked it up. I'm definitely not sophisticated, but I don't trust the notes on Fragrantica half the time because I think some of them are voted for, so some of them
100%.
aren't correct. They could be missing some or having extras in there.
It's all like crowdsourced, so you really don't know. It's the Wild West over there, and I think that's why we love it, though.
Right.
Should I hit everybody with kind of the pros and cons that are listed with this thing?
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I don't have a pros and cons thing, but check this out. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
The pros and cons.
As you can see, pros and cons. We will go with just a couple that stand out. See if this resonates with anybody, if y'all kind of vibe with it. But they're saying elegant and not overpowering scent. I kind of agree with that already out the gate. I feel like it is kind of on the card strip. I think it's elegant. Amazing depth and unique fragrance. I can definitely say it's unique. I don't know about depth yet, though. Fresh and woody. Do you get woody with this?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think you get like the drier type wood vibes. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
Because sometimes that pepperiness gives it like kind of like Encre Noir.
Yeah.
You know how that like that pepper in that like makes it lean kind of woodsy and not just earthy.
Okay, and then we'll go with a couple of cons just off the top. May not appeal to everyone's personal taste. Can definitely see that. Not for those who prefer lighter, less strong fragrances. I don't agree with that because I don't think this is crazy strong. Do y'all feel like this is loud? Because I don't feel like it is. I feel like maybe it pops in the heat, maybe.
Well, it's hard to judge it right now, but I mean, go ahead.
It seems pretty loud on my skin, especially compared to the EDT on the other arm. It's definitely a lot more. It's got a lot more going on, a lot deeper and more intense than that. So I'm picking up a lot on the skin.
What about the other round table? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's pretty loud. I mean, I'm getting a lot.
Man, I guess I'm being voted against here. I just, I'm not feeling this loud. I guess I feel like this is one of the fragrances that it's gonna pop, and then like in the heat, I feel like it would. And Miss Tundra as well. Do you feel like this is super loud or?
So far, it's not to me, but I think once I get in a hot car,
she gets it. Yes.
Yeah, you're running the heater over there.
Hard to tell outside, I guess.
They also said may not be as pronounced in the vetiver note as some prefer. Was it Doug that said he smelled vetiver a little bit?
You know what? I feel like vetiver is like too overpowered sometimes in fragrances. So I kind of like this approach more.
Yeah.
You guys will have a one-note show coming out. I must have won a scratch-off or something one day because I got the expensive natural vetiver oil. And we did, I don't know if you guys remember way back, we did like a tonka bean one.
How long has that been?
Too long.
Yeah, but go ahead.
But it gets kind of expensive if you're getting like the good raw materials. But we did get our hands on the vetiver, so you guys will have a one-note show coming up. We did get to kind of smell that. And vetiver is just such a unique thing that sometimes I hate, and in this case, I like this take on it for sure.
Yeah, it is sharp though. I do like it on this card strip. It is sharp. I know I'm going to be repeating myself a lot. This is what kind of happens behind the scenes here.
Todd cuts out like we say something 10 times and it sounds like we only said it once.
But no, I do like on the tester strip. It has gotten way worse on the skin. I don't know who's with me on this, but I am not vibing the skin.
Maybe give it a break for a second.
I guess.
Because I like it.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know if I was sniffing too much, but I feel like I'm starting to get a headache from it.
I'm with you. I feel it coming on because it just smells weird.
Well, some of you guys have bought big juicy bottles of this and some have decants. So I think it'd maybe be a good time now to go over the price and trend.
Yes, let's hit them with the price and trend on this thing.
A little news anchor.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I'll go with the trend here first. I usually go with the price, but the trend, this thing, you guys can see it. Look at this shit. It's crazy.
The people are loving it out there, or at least they're searching the hell out of it.
I am not understanding the popularity in this at all. I am just not. I don't vibe it. Paul says,
There we go, Paul.
Skin smells amazing. I would take a bath in this stuff. Nah, I wouldn't.
You might become outnumbered, Ryan. I feel like this is a badass fragrance.
No, we're not taking a bath in this, guys. I promise you. How much do you spray? Now, John, are you asking how much did we spray or would we spray of a fragrance? You need to clarify that.
Ryan and I are vastly different in our spraying techniques.
Yes, and I go ham.
Ryan's, you're like a 15 spray type guy.
Minimum, probably.
I'm a 3 to 5, depending on the fragrance.
Like people making fun of Michello, like going 40 times with like La Nuit de l'Homme. I'd honestly probably do about the same. I'm obnoxious about it.
So he's rich, guys.
Nah, I'm broke as hell because of that. Love that news anchor. Yes. Yes, we will deliver the news. You're a man of taste, John. We're just going to announce that out there. We're going to agree with Paul here. Okay, so the price for this really quickly, I can't remember the size, forgive me guys, but the price was $40 something if I remember looking at this correctly.
This is a 75 ml bottle.
Yeah, and then I want to say like on the gray websites, depending on where you get it, between like $150, $170.
Ooh, we got this less than that.
How much? Well, no, where I was looking at, but when I found that on our fragrances, it was way cheaper. We're not sponsored.
You guys are the sponsors of these shows, by the way.
But he got this from our fragrances. I want to say it was like $66.
Yeah, it was something like that.
So that will play into later on for sure for me.
Hard not to just go ahead and say that seems like a hell of a deal so far. I like it. Man, I'm getting more of that orange.
Well, I want to go person to person and kind of know how you kind of found the show. And
you were about to kick Jonathan out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not going to do that, Jonathan. I'd like to know from the people that are here on the show.
I was sweating. Your finger was like really close to pressing that.
Sorry. I kind of want to know where the people that are here on the video part, and I'll look in the chat while these guys are talking. I'd love to know how you guys discovered us, because it's always kind of strange to me. I feel like I hear different ways that they found out about us, but it's always unique. I'm always interested to know, if you're willing to tell the story, I'd love to know where you guys kind of found us.
Yeah.
Maybe even what was the first episode that you ever heard?
A recommendation from somebody. We were on, a bathroom wall.
Anything.
Yeah. Where'd you hear about us?
Yeah, I've actually started kind of getting into fragrances a lot, I guess, last year around, July or August or something. And I just on my podcast app, Pocket Cast, it's got a search option, and I just searched for Cologne podcast, just looking for something, see if any crazy person out there was doing that. And sure enough, there y'all were.
Wow, Jonathan, you're like one of like 7 people on Pocket Cast that found us.
Wow.
That is like... We almost didn't even list on that directory. I'm glad we did. I'm glad you found us through that.
But yeah, I think the first episode I watched, I think it was the Hashavat one.
Oh, okay.
I kind of started around the beginning and just kind of went through them all.
Yeah, we got a voicemail from you about that Hashavat.
Oh, were you one of the original people that did not like Hashavat?
Yeah, I guess you'll figure out on that voicemail, or everybody will when y'all have that episode.
Don't worry, it's queued up for the episode. We're going to lead in with that.
Man, yeah, we're like, I say all the time, we're like batting 1,000 on Hashavat. For whatever reason, we love it. Yeah. And nobody loves it.
It's hard to find somebody that does. Yeah.
Mr. Doug, I'm going to switch over to you real quick. I'd love to know how you came to find us and, let the audience know, man.
Yeah, I got into fragrances, I don't know, 2.5 years ago. And I love Zaharoff fragrances. And I was just searching and trying to find stuff about Zaharoff and saw you guys had an episode. So I listened to that about the signature Pour Homme.
Oh, yeah.
And I liked the episode. And I just started from episode 1 and went clear through and fell in love. I also love to see how the episodes just got better. Like you guys rock it. Like it's amazing from your first episode to how you guys are now.
Thanks for hanging in there on those first few.
Yeah.
We were, learning to walk on those.
Very much so. And I know he's kind of glossed over it every now and then, but this guy right here has legit radio experience. I have none. I have zero experience. I'm a freaking clown. So.
Which is kind of shameful for me because Ryan, look, we had so many emails come in that were just like, Ryan's voice, scrumptious. You know? And I'm like, what? I'm like, if you go back and listen, I feel like I've tried to dial down the energy a little bit just so my voice isn't like really high and super excited. And oh my God, you know?
Yeah.
So I can be like, yeah, everybody, I do like this.
That's awesome. All right. Miss Tundra, we'd love to hear your story as well. And we'll bring you on here and just tell us how you came to find the podcast and what you liked about it.
You know, I don't even remember. That was like 3 years ago, about the time I was trying to, learn more about fragrances. And I like to listen to podcasts at night, but I don't like irritating voices. So found you guys somehow. And then I think you remember I sent a letter about how great your podcast was because I thought I'd fall asleep on the jet going to Hawaii. I go back and forth from Nome, Alaska and Hawaii all the time.
Wow.
Because we have homes both places. But anyway, so I thought, I was going to take a nice long nap to your voices. So soothing, so fun to listen to because you have great banter, between you. And so I just couldn't stop laughing as I mentioned. I think you read my letter one time. But yeah. I always learn a lot about colognes, especially, but also perfumes, but fragrances in general. But yeah, just enjoyable. All your podcasts are enjoyable, even if it's not about cologne.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And we've made a commitment to actually trying to do more female leaning fragrances.
Yeah.
I know that I feel like in the industry, there's, especially when you get into niche, it's just pretty much unisex, but we all kind of know kind of a target audience. There are some that kind of transcend that, like Wulong Cha. I never even thought that would be a feminine leaning fragrance until we did the follow-up episode and people started writing in going like, are you sure this kind of leans feminine? I'm like, I wear the hell out of it.
He does. It smells fucking great.
But yeah, so we have made a commitment to try to do more female fragrances as well.
Let me really quick, 2 things. I got to say hi to Harley James. That guy, ladies and gentlemen, he is the guy behind Kojo Roastery, which we've given a few bags to a couple of listeners, and they've ended up loving the coffee and ordering more from him.
Legitimately great coffee. If you like coffee. I can't hardly drink coffee because I'm so sensitive to caffeine. So when I pick and choose to have coffee, it's really nice to have Kojo Roastery coffee because it is really nice. It tastes amazing.
Super, the smell is incredible. The taste is great, and the guy could not be any nicer. He's a super cool cat. So you guys should get to know that guy. And Cynthia, yes, I don't know all y'all that have been here since some of the beginning, but Cynthia came in and really did drag me for laughing all the time. It's my nervous laugh, by the way.
You were kind in return. You said, thank you, young lady.
And she's loved me ever since. She's been a huge supporter. I love you back. You're an incredible person, and we're so glad to have you here. And thank you for putting up with me for all this time.
As awkward as it is to take compliments, I want to give you guys all a compliment really quickly, just because I feel like, and I think we've said this in episodes, but I feel like you can find corners of the fragrance community that are just toxic and angry for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
But other than that one guy who just really loved Nautica Voyage and hated the fact that we smell niche fragrances, other than that guy, you guys have been so great. I feel like we've found the best people in the fragrance community. You guys have just been wonderful, and it's been exciting to interact with every single one of you. In fact, John from day one, our buddy John, he was just texting me the other day, just asking me how I was. So,
and he's a fellow Texan, and he actually met us at the Scent Room. We've talked about that place a couple of times. It's over near Dallas over here, and got to meet him, his family, really sweet people. Yeah. It's to kind of get a little off subject, but stay on the same subject at the same time. But it has really been a joy to create something that we thought was just kind of silly.
Yeah.
And we have met so many good-hearted souls out there. And I from the bottom of my heart, I really mean it. We've obviously have went through tough times for years now, but it's like, this has been something that's really kept us mentally afloat. I feel like it's a nice place to talk when we're seriously talking to you guys, even when there's not a camera rolling here. Like we really feel it's the strangest thing. We really feel like we're literally talking to you guys. It's strange
for sure. Yeah, because we've got to interact with so many, and I firmly believe that we'll eventually meet every single one of you guys in person at some point if we can help it. We'll figure it out. Look, I want to go to Hawaii and Alaska. Ryan will never fly, so he'll take a boat, I guess.
Cynthia's trying really hard to convince me to fly, but I don't know. I don't know if I can.
We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to say you guys have just been amazing. You've been in the emails, and then when we finally opened up Patreon, and you guys have been even in the Buy Me a Coffees whenever we first started that. We were just trying to figure this thing out, and you guys have been patient with us and kind of walked through it. Hell, at one time we were like, we're quitting, and or like, what are we gonna do about all these top 10? We were freaking out about nothing really. Yeah. But I think we worried that the passion that we had would kind of fall flat because we weren't obeying what we thought the laws of the fragrance community were. Yeah. But the more we have just tried to be authentic to ourselves, the more we realize this is kind of what we want to do and how we want to be. And we may not reach the same volume of people, but we'll reach a higher quality of people like you guys. And that's been most important to us. So
I got to read one comment. Well, first, really quick before I read this funny one, John asked, are you guys doing Senate Explorer this year? I don't know.
I'd be more than happy to because it looks fun too. And
I would love to go. I'm going to under promise and then hopefully over deliver, but I don't know.
It'd be the main one that you could go to.
I could go to,
you
but
would drive it.
Yeah, I would drive it, but that would be a hellacious drive.
It would be 30 hours in the car for you.
And like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah,
for
2.5 hours for me in a plane. So I'll just see you when you get there, bro.
We had a good suggestion, though. Clamp says, I need to find a viewer that's a pilot.
Oh, there you go.
Get me over my fear, I guess.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because it's true. Because I've always said, I know it's crazy, but I feel like if I could like have control of the plane, I'd feel comfortable. So I think it actually kind of makes sense.
Well, speaking of Zaharoff, actually, I got to have dinner with George, and he was saying that they actually make these classes that you can go to get over fear of flying, where you go through and you sit in the classroom and they talk about it. Then they take you up for just like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, circle around your city and then land you back down. And it's like exposure therapy. So even GZ's trying to get Ryan out there. We'll see.
Oh my God. Oh Lord. Well, let's see. John C. also said it was a ton of fun last year and they're adding an extra day this time around. I didn't know how many days they did it last time.
Scent Explorer?
Yeah, it was like 3 days.
I'm not sure.
I think it's like 3 days.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I'll see if I can get the courage. I will try. I'm exploring different avenues to get over my fear. Don't judge me. Get off my back. Let's get back to the scent here really quick. Yeah. I have been smelling it off and on. I'm still not liking the skin.
Well, I think we're heading into an important segment that I'm most curious about what everyone else is going to say, which is, who do you guys think, and write it in the comments as well, but we'll go around the circle here. Who do you guys think is wearing this fragrance? Hey, you don't go first.
Okay. Any of you guys want to go first?
Just like Ryan, center of attention. All the time.
Me.
Off-duty pilot.
There we go.
Oh, is that what you're getting? You feel like an off-duty pilot, so you feel like this person that's wearing this has got a good job, good income, dress sharp.
Or it could be, a small bush pilot.
Oh, okay.
Looking for a lady in the bar.
Hey, here we go.
I don't know.
You know what? You think he'd do pretty well with this? Taking her out on the town?
Yes.
Okay.
He might take me home. Smells
He'd probably wear plaid.
Okay, I like that. Okay, we're getting into that plaid. So we're going with the suit, or
I don't see a suit.
Put together in plaid.
Put together in plaid.
Maybe tucked in shirt.
I'm feeling this one. Cynthia's saying cowboy. I'm feeling this one.
Cowboy.
Mm.
Yeah, this is like I don't know why, but it does remind me of somebody that's a little rough around the edges here.
I think Cynthia and Miss Tundra you guys are speaking the same thing, which is competence, right? I feel like you kind of got to have competence if you're going to handle animals that have horns and weigh a ton, and you got to, be able to handle tons of people losing their minds in the air while you're wearing plaid.
Confidence. I don't know about competence, but confidence.
Oh, okay.
Confidence. They're easygoing. Yeah.
Clamp agrees.
Skill
Plaid.
in some way. Has some kind of skill.
Yeah.
John Sweet's totally opposite everybody here. He's saying nice white button-up linen shorts.
Oh, you're attending extended family's wedding on the beach sort of fragrance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know about that, John. We love you, but I don't know about that. This one's a tough guy for me.
A tough guy is in like a tough one to crack, or like you think a tough guy's wearing this?
Like a tough guy. Like the cowboy thing makes sense. Like they got some dirt underneath their fingernails. They're going and doing their thing after they did some shit.
I don't know about the dirt.
I don't want to say I'm not saying like they're nasty, so I'm just like they're throwing something on.
In Texas, we got cowboys that they're all hat and no cattle. I think that's more the cowboy, which is they dress the cowboy part, but they're not like, roping and riding and all that stuff.
Yeah, they'll wear like the really fancy cowboy outfits. Like everything's high dollar. They're like, what would they call that? I feel like there's a name for that already.
What?
For like a cowboy that's all dressed up, but not like really a cowboy.
I just said it.
What'd you say it was?
All hat, no cattle.
Oh yeah, but I know that part. But I thought there was like another name. Like wasn't there like Rhinestone Cowboy or something like that? Or was that just a
There's a great remix of that song. Was it John Lovitz?
Yeah, John Lovitz.
What was it? High School High?
High School High.
Yeah.
We got somebody new here. I don't know if they're going to talk or not. I'm going to put you on here for just a second.
Sorry, I'm like driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries.
I didn't want to get my video on.
Okay. Okay. Hey,
well,
we're cutting the video off.
Get that guy out of here. Mods, ban that guy.
He looked parked. He wasn't driving. Okay. You know what? We're going to get into it. Let's ask it.
Okay, Ryan.
You ready?
You going to skip it,
sample it,
or buy it?
What are you going to do?
Well, it's a shame we're giving this away because I wouldn't have to buy it, but
you're not buying that. Don't even pretend.
I'm tempted. Man, Tony smelled so good. I would honestly, here's my take. I would like to sample the EDT compared to this before I made a decision. But I do like this. I feel like this is a nice summer fragrance. This is probably going to go crazy in the hot air, which we've got tons of now.
Yeah.
So I feel like I am interested in this one. Also, this is a nice way to wear a vetiver fragrance that just isn't way over the top.
I am a hard skip on this. Wow. I am really disappointed.
I'm kind of offended.
It's the skin that's bothering me. I don't know what it is.
The best part. That smells smells good.
I can't get behind it, guys. I'm sorry. You can judge me, you can hate me. But that is a skip. I'm really down about it. And don't get me wrong, whoever's getting this, you may love this, but it's not for me. But you did bring up a good point, and I wanted to bring Jonathan back up if you want to explain it more. But to retouch back on this again, I think you were saying this was more intense of the EDT. Smelling this now, do you feel like you would choose this over the EDT, or do you feel like there's something better than that?
Yeah, I think I like this a little better than the EDT. And I should have sent you all a sample of the EDT. I sent you all the Eau Givre and the Eau Trace Fresh flankers, but not the EDT. I think it's a little bit better than the EDT. I kind of like the more intense, kind of dirty, earthy orangeness of it. It's just a lot more potent, it feels like, than the EDT.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jonathan, you haven't done enough for us yet, so I'm shocked that you didn't also send that.
I have to kind of say, all you guys that have sent us stuff, we like really do appreciate it, and it's hard to get through everything.
Yeah.
Give us time, but we will get to as much as we can. We're trying to think of other ways to like maybe do some short form content that does allow us to actually,
smell more.
to where we can get stuff out there, but we're not doing all this long form because it takes a lot.
It's tough for even us because, again, we'll have something sitting on the shelf and we'll go, oh, I can't wait to smell that. When is that? Oh, is it 3 months from now? Like, oh. 99 times out of 100, we really haven't smelled the fragrance. And we've tried to be, Ryan, not so much.
Oh, my God.
But we've tried to be diligent about not smelling it.
I'm pretty damn good.
I brought in something the other day and I was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to do an episode on this. And you're like, well, let's smell it. I was like, whoa, what are you doing? We're doing that one.
I guess I
got to keep my eye on this guy.
Okay, I'm going to go down the line here on the guys that are here in the video form. And then I want to know in the chat, we need to know, are y'all skipping it, sampling it, or buy it? What's the consensus here? What's the majority rule on this thing? And we're going to start off with you, Mr. Jonathan.
I would definitely get it. I like it because, I mean, I've got Daddy O Trace Fresh and Mommy EDT and Baby Ogivre. And Baby Ogivre, I think, needs another brother. So I would definitely get one.
Should have the full family then.
Guys stunting on us right here, showing all those bottles.
Big, juicy bottles. Hashtag BJBW. So
okay. Yeah. God, I'm still Skip. So you've got to buy. We've got to buy.
I really do think it's a buy. I do want to smell the EDT, but as far as the fragrance goes, that does kind of have that vetiver leaning style to it. This is really nice. And like I said, just smelling it on somebody else, because this experience is a little different, like just smelling it and sniffing it and not really interacting with it like out in the world. Yeah. I do feel like it smells different on somebody when you interact with them. And Tony, I couldn't stop sniffing that guy. It got a little awkward at times. And I like this. So I do think it is a good buy. It's not like on my short list to buy, but it's a worthy buy.
I think I need to, before we go to Doug here, I think I need to say there is something pleasant here. I do like this.
Okay.
But it's so disappointing here that I just don't know if I can deal with it. Truth be told, I will probably spray a little bit of this. We're giving it away. We're not going to drain it, but I'll spray a little bit of this more and fill it
a little bit.
Yeah, because I need to experience a little bit more than just these two things. I'm a full wearer kind of guy.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, we did see RXL posted that video about sample reviewers.
Yeah. I don't know if any of y'all follow RXL 209. He's an OG classic with this show.
We almost sampled or pulled that audio off the video to start this live with to be like, hey, you can't trust these. I
can't trust us for sampling.
But we're sampling with the bottle this time. So
all right, I'm gonna go to you, Mr. Doug. You got the floor, man. Is this a skip it, sample it, buy it?
This is an easy buy for me.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
I'm loving it, especially for the price. I think the quality's there for the price. Yeah, easy buy.
Dang, man. So far, that's what we're getting. Okay.
Come on, Tundra. Don't let me down. Let's
I wouldn't buy it for myself because it's too masculine, but I also wouldn't buy it for anybody else.
Whoa, okay.
I think it's great on a man who wants to be respected, but if I just wouldn't want to, I would respect him. I wouldn't think he's sexy.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I'm glad she's giving us that opinion on that too. For
sure. Because look, we all know, you've seen the videos out there. We got to know it's sexy.
Yeah.
Everybody, we got to know how to get them compliments. Come on, y'all.
I am shocked right now in the chat. I'm going to go through here a little bit, guys. I'm going to acknowledge you. Harley James, this seems right down Ryan's alley, which in all fairness, every one of you that said that are correct. For him, it's a pass. For me, though, the entire line so far is a pass.
What?
I think that worries me then for the EDT because these are the ones I wanted to smell. So I don't know.
Harley, I'm shocked.
John Sweet, our Texas friend, he's buying it.
There we go.
Paul, he would buy this. John C, it's a sample. A bit too mature and situational. Would probably only get a couple of wears a year. I agree with that. I do feel like I just could not. I wouldn't go through this.
Well, I got to ask Tundra again, just to clarify one thing. Do you feel like it's a little too mature?
It is mature. Yes. I would say 60s.
And you know what? 60s can be sexy though.
But I think it's a respectable fragrance.
For sure.
You
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like in the workplace maybe, or
Yeah.
just,
More professional.
around friends maybe. Not anything you'd want to try to attract. I don't know, maybe try to attract a lady. I guess I prefer something a little different than that. But
We know from the community. Yeah, we need all the help we can get.
nothing wrong with being respected.
That's right.
Clamp said, Skip for me has some nice parts, but not wowing me. That's how actually, that just encapsulated everything how I feel about it.
I think it's because it's really hyped, though. This is like one of those,
it is.
everybody talks about it. It's on a list somewhere.
I've been wanting to smell this, and I'm going to mess it up, guys, but like Bellamy or something like that. Bellamy, I don't know.
Bellamy,
Is that pretty good?
the Hermes. Yeah, the current version, I think most people like. There's a Bellamy and there's a Bellamy Vetiver. The old vintage Bellamy, I think a lot of people say is a lot better than the current one. So if you're going to get like Bellamy right now, just get the Bellamy Vetiver.
Gotcha. There's some things here. There's parts to it, like Clamp said, that I like, but it's just not wowing me, and that's why I'm just kind of put off. And I really feel bad because there's so many of y'all that are like going to buy this now, and so now I'm like, what the fuck? Am I weird?
You're a little weird. I don't see what it's doing for you on the card because you said you like the tester strip better than you like the
Sam
skin.
Elliott could pull this off, is what he's saying.
There we go.
I believe that. Yes.
What we really need to find is that hybrid cowboy pilot.
Yeah.
You know?
Dang, man, Paul, you don't know who Sam Elliott is? Oh my gosh, you're in for a treat. He has one of the best voices in acting. He's always got a big gray handlebar mustache. He was in Tombstone, and
yeah, he was also in the original Roadhouse.
that's right.
Yeah, he's kind of the mentor of Homeboy.
I don't know if y'all seen the new Roadhouse on Prime. It's
Tragic.
garbage. It's embarrassing. It's bad. So we've gone through it. I think the consensus here is that majority of you guys would buy it. There's a couple of us out here that are outliers.
Losers. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
I seriously really like this one.
Really?
I really do.
I'm shocked because I do, in all intents and purposes, I feel like this is something that would be something I would get on.
100%.
And I feel like you wouldn't.
It is a little on the mature side, but I'm telling you, the way that it smelled on Tony, and he was dressed to the nines, it does smell good. It is a little safe. It isn't super sexy.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's still a versatile fragrance. And for that, it's got me intrigued.
Well, you know what? Let's give this damn thing away, guys.
Okay.
You've all waited patiently.
Check out this magic that we're about to pull off, that Ryan's about to pull off.
I hate that this is so convoluted because trust me, I don't like to stare down here. I like to make eye contact. So I know it feels weird. I apologize. Are we sure Mike likes the fragrance, or does he like just Tony?
I love Tony. I absolutely love Tony, but I do enjoy this fragrance as well.
Hey, actually, this brings up a good dilemma. I got to know. John C. says, if I win, you can spin again. So,
okay. Yeah,
I
let
guess
us know that.
if there's people that don't really like this, I don't know how we'll work this out. But if you do win it and you don't want it, let us know and we'll spin again and give it to somebody else.
Look,
if that's something you want to do.
Guys, also don't miss the opportunity to send this to somebody you hate. So if you don't like it, you still might want to win it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Harley. I'm with you, John C. This one is it's such a skip. I don't know what it is.
Hey, go ahead and
it.
put my name in there too.
Yeah. All right, guys. Wheel of Death here. We're going to see who's winning this bottle. It will be sent to you Monday. That's when we'll send it out. And here we go.
Oh boy, here we go.
Holy shit. Hey, you got an applause.
Hey,
there you go.
Good.
John C., who said you can spin
again. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Are you sure? Okay, we'll do it. Here we go. God, the Johns are freaking lucky, man. What the hell?
There we go.
All right, John. There you go, buddy. You just won. You better thank John C's sweet ass for not wanting this fucking fragrance, dude.
That's right. Oh, man. And I'm happy, too, because he lives in Texas, so you know that postage.
It's going to be cheap, and it's going to come a lot quicker.
That's right.
All right, guys. We love you so much. Thank you all, seriously, for supporting us for so long and coming on this live. Cannot express it enough. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for being in the comment section. Sorry if I've overlooked anybody. I wasn't trying to. It's a lot to kind of navigate here. For you guys that came in here on video and were honestly more brave than myself. Thank you for being here and talking to us. Oh, he's playing me off. Okay. All right.
I'm just playing. No, big love from both of us. You guys boosted our egos big time because we were like, what if nobody shows up?
Yeah.
So I feel like we had a pretty great crowd considering the differences in time for everybody. Just means a lot. So thank you very much.
Yes. And until next time,
spray it up, y'all.